All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Chase Corrington YouTube channel, and it's Tuesday, and we're gonna do the Tao. Tuesday Tao, reading from Dr. Wayne Dyer's Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life, Living the Wisdom of the Tao, and today we are on the 15th verse of the Tao Te Ching. Wayne Dyer titles his little essay here, Living an Unhurried Life, which is maybe what so many of us need, is to figure out a way to relax more or hurry less. And let's see if that's what the focus is in today's reading. Now, I'll start with the 15th verse of the Tao Te Ching. The ancient masters were profound and subtle. Their wisdom was unfathomable. There is no way to describe it. One can only describe them vaguely by their appearance. Watchful, like men crossing a winter stream, alert, like men aware of danger, simple as uncarved wood, hollow like caves, yielding like ice about to melt, amorphous like muddy water. But the muddiest water clears as it is stilled, and out of that stillness, life arises. He who keeps the Tao does not want to be full, but precisely because he is never full, he can remain like a hidden sprout and does not rush to early ripening. Wow, profound and powerful. The things that stand out to me there are subtle, unfathomable, the word vaguely. There's no way to describe it. One can only describe them vaguely by their appearance. Watchful, alert, simple, yielding, amorphous. And then I think the key point to me, the thing that stood out the most to me, was the muddiest water clears, and as it is stilled, and then out of that stillness, life arises. That makes me think of the lotus that grows out of the muck. And in life, how sometimes it's the garden metaphor. You got to go into the dirt and water the dirt and make it muddy, and you got to get dirty in order to create the space for the roots and the sprouts to actually grow, to come out of the mud. And even on the last line of this verse of the Tao Te Ching, it says, he can remain like a hidden sprout and does not rush to early ripening. To me, that connects to the muddy water as it is stilled and clears, and then life arises. See all these things coming together. All right, let's dive into what Wayne Dyer has to say here about this 15th verse. Like I said, he titled it, Living an Unhurried Life. This 15th verse speaks of ancient masters who enjoyed an indescribably profound level of cooperation with their world. Lao-tzu uses similes to dramatize the flexible and peaceful lives of these sages. Imagine crossing an icy winter stream that might crack at any moment, remaining cautious and watchful, while at the same time alert to imminent danger. These descriptors paint a picture of those who live unhurriedly, but are also in a profound aware state. See, and I think that's something key to, the whole meditation, becoming peaceful, realizing that life is a game. I think it was Alan Watts who put it like, once you realize it is a game, then you can begin to play it, and play it with some gusto. The scriptures paint a picture of those who live unhurriedly, but are also in a profoundly aware state. So there's this contrast of you're not, pressuring or pushing or being intense. You are at peace, but at the same time, because of that, you are highly effective because you are more aware. So it doesn't mean becoming the stone Buddha to where you are just a rock, it's becoming aware and becoming in tune. That was another thing it said there. These sages live a profound level of cooperation with their world. When we're at this level of peace, we can become in tune and act accordingly. All right, I'll continue here. Wayne Dyer continues, consider the two ways of being presented in this verse of the Tao Te Ching. First, to meld into and therefore become at one with your immediate surroundings, and then to simultaneously stay so relaxed that your stillness allows all things around you to settle, resulting in a deep clarity. Keep alert and subtly aware, yet at the same time stay still within, not rushing or demanding, but totally in charge of your inner world. This passage of the Tao reminds me of these words of the Bible. Be still and know that I am God. Psalms 46:10. The place of your origination is stillness, from which all of creation comes. Stay in a creative, simple state, which Lao-tzu describes as uncarved wood, symbolizing beginner's mind and unlimited potential. There's a great book called Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind. And some of the wisdom, even in the first few pages of that book, will just have you laughing, because it's that kind of wisdom that's paradoxical, and it's so powerful that when you hear it, you just break out laughing because it's amazing. And the beginner's mind is, Wayne Dyer puts it like that, the master only knows the perfect way, and the beginner is open and willing to try anyway. We must remain in the beginner's mind and be open and willing. And there is a freedom, there's less restriction when we are in that beginner's mind. All right, I'll continue here. Symbolizing the uncarved wood, symbolizing beginner's mind and unlimited potential. Have a mind that's willing to flow with life and be shaped by the eternal forces of the Tao. See yourself as all of these things mentioned in this 15th verse of the Tao. Watchful, yet relaxed and peaceful, alert, yet unhurried and confident, yielding, yet willing to be still and wait for the waters to become clear. That's a refreshing little paragraph there. This verse reminds you that through nature, everything ultimately becomes clear. That makes me think of not even the saying that not even nature can sustain the forced action. So even the most intense storms will always become clear through time. So in the same way it is for us, that if nature cannot sustain a forced action, then neither can we. So we must recognize that and take this time. You know, we recognize that there's seasons of life. There's times for resting, there's times for pushing and action, there's times for, there's these different periods. This verse reminds you that through nature, everything ultimately becomes clear. Your purpose is to stay in harmony with nature, like the sprout hidden beneath the surface of the ground. And I'll cut in here again. Staying in harmony with nature can be as simple as doing activities that involve nature. So growing plants, grow your own garden, grow your own food. You don't even have to have a garden. You can do it on your balcony, get a little pots with soil and some seeds and begin to create your own harmony with nature. And, then you can come to realize these greater truths that are hidden in the beauty of nature, in its activity. It cannot be rushed. Let me go back. Your purpose is to stay in harmony with nature, like the sprout hidden beneath the surface of the ground, waiting unhurriedly to emerge and fulfill its destiny. There's another funny saying. It's like when we tug at the shoots, or you end up pulling the plant out and destroying it by trying to get it to go faster. And so that's another metaphorical lesson for our lives. The more we push and hurry and try to get things to go faster, because nowadays we're in this microwave society where everybody wants everything instantaneous, instant gratification. But connecting, like the sprout hidden beneath the surface of the ground, waiting unhurriedly to emerge and fulfill its destiny. It cannot be rushed, nor can anything in nature. Creation takes place on its own timetable, including, I'll add, all of our own manifestations, desires, dreams. The metaphor is clear here for you, Wayne Dyer continues. As well, you are unfolding in divine order. All that you require will be provided in an unhurried fashion. Let go of your demands and trust in the perfect unfolding of the Tao. Be in a state of watchful gratitude and align with the way. What he's describing there are key points for manifesting. Watchful gratitude, aligning with the way, be trustful in the unfolding, let go of your demands. Those are all key points in living a self-actualized life. In attempting to access the mind and intentions of Lao-tzu through meditation and research on the Tao Te Ching, here's what Wayne Dyer believes that Lao-tzu would say to us today. Number one, stop chasing your dreams. Allow them to come to you in perfect order with unquestioned timing. Slow down your frantic pace and practice being hollow like the cave and open to all possibilities like the uncarved wood. Make stillness a regular part of your daily practice. That could be the most important lesson for anybody in life, is at least find a way every day for 1 single minute, 30 seconds, any bit, to find some stillness and make it a regular part of a daily practice. Imagine all that you'd like to experience in life and then let go. Trust the Tao to work in divine perfection as it does with everything on the planet. You don't really need to rush or force anything. And I'll add right there, I think when we do rush and force things, it's to the detriment more often of what it is we're trying to accomplish. Be an observer, Wayne Dyer continues, and receive rather than pushy director. Receive rather than be the pushy director of your life. It is through this unhurried unfolding that you master your existence in the way of the Tao. Number two, get in the flow of life and allow yourself to proceed gently down its stream. We all know the song, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. We're not rushing and rowing and trying to start the motor in the back of the boat. That's one of the best metaphors, that little song. He says, give up struggling and start trusting the wisdom of the Tao. What is yours will come to you when you aren't trying to push the river. Can't push the river. Water is great metaphors too for these kind of things. You've probably been encouraged to actively direct and go after your desires all of your life. Now it's time to trust the eternal wisdom that flows through you. The way of life, according to Lao-tzu, translated by Witter Bynner, if I pronounce that correctly, in 1944 poetically sums up the 15th verse of the Tao in this way. How can a man's life keep its course if he will not let it flow? Those who flow as life flows know they need no other force. That's powerful. They feel no wear, they feel no tear. They need no mending and no repair. Great advice for living an unhurried life, Wayne Dyer says, and I'll totally agree. If you agree, smash the like. If you're getting value, consider subscribing. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And we'll finish up this verse today and this reading from Dr. Wayne Dyer with my thoughts added for purposes of teaching and commentary and expanding the thoughts around these ideas to greater areas. At the end of each of these, which is why you should get this book for yourself so you can refer back to it in the future. I'll leave a link in the description box below the video. He gives us a recommendation each time that says, do the Tao now. So for today's 15th verse, do the Tao now. Set this book down right now. Take 10 minutes to sit quietly while contemplating all that you have and all that is flowing into your life on a divinely orchestrated timetable. Be at peace and give thanks for what is allowing your life to unfold so perfectly. Let go of all other hurried thoughts. That's a beautiful recommendation. That was a beautiful little reading there. I like that one. This is one I'll come back to and refer to. Even this video I'll come back to and listen to it. But that do the Tao now there, that's the simplest way and perfect way to create a daily meditation practice or a daily stillness practice. It says take 10 minutes to sit quietly and you contemplate all that you have and all that you are and all that is flowing into your life and will continue to do so on this divinely orchestrated timetable. And then be at peace and give thanks, being grateful for all that we have and all that we are, and for all that we will continue to have flow into our life. That's a powerful one. That's a mantra if you ever need one, ladies and gentlemen. Next week's reading will be Living with Constancy in the 16th verse of the Tao Te Ching. First line says, become totally empty. Reminds me of kind of the one we just went through, but not pressing, not being, and you know, today's subject and focus of that reading seems to be about one of Wayne Dyer's most prominent philosophies, which was the psychology of arriving rather than striving. Because in life, we're always striving to get to where we want to get. And then when we get there, because we've never done any arriving, we don't know how to arrive. We get there, and because we don't know how to be there in the moment and enjoy where we are, no matter what the process is, we end up striving again for something more. You know, like, okay, I want 100,000 in the bank. This is a story I've heard. That would be miraculously more than I've ever been close to. But, you know, then you get there and you just set it to the next goal, all right, 150, 200, and it just keeps going, and we never figure out how to arrive. And I think if we begin to practice arriving instead of striving, then when we are striving, we can enjoy the process, because it's all process. It's like back to that idea that the journey is the destination. And if you're so focused on the destination, then you'll never enjoy the journey. And you'll be so tired by the time you reach the destination that you won't be able to enjoy that either. And, you know, there's 100 different metaphors and different ways to say this thing of enjoying the process or enjoying where we are, arriving rather than striving. And that goes back to the Zen mind, beginner's mind concept. It's like, do something just to do it rather than doing something to achieve a result or doing something to make something else happen. It bends my mind using the word do so many times. It's like, do something just to do it. Don't do it to do something else. It's a mind bender, ladies and gentlemen. But thank you so much to everyone who watches. I really appreciate the time that you spend with me. And I hope I really give you value. If I did, then great. Then great. No more call to actions. All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back in the future. Until then, love you and stay good.